Nigerian President Bola Tinubu will be attending the Global Financing Pact Summit in Paris, France next week. Sahara Reporters has learned this is Tinubu's first official trip as Nigeria president since his May 29 inauguration, as top sources in the presidency revealed that the president's visit was also a strategy to see his team of medical doctors. Bola Tinubu is to attend the Global Financing Pact Summit in Paris next week. This will be his first official trip outside Nigeria since his assumption of duty as president. One of the top sources disclosed on Saturday the trip is to check his health as well. It is a strategy to go to hospital, another source noted. Sahara Reporters had weeks ago reported how Tinubu, after the May 29 swearing-in, got exhausted and went on a bed rest. Sahara Reporters had also exclusively reported that Tinubu returned to France to see his doctors weeks before his inauguration on May 29. He is returning to France to see his doctors ahead of the stress of the inauguration period so he can prepare for his swearing-in. A top source in the ruling All Progressives Congress had told Sahara Reporters. On May 1st, Sahara Reporters exclusively reported that Tinubu visited Lagos to take a medical rest and see some of his doctors who had arrived in the country to give him follow-up medical care. It was learned that some members of the medical team who treated Tinubu in France were in Lagos, southwest Nigeria, to give the president-elect follow-up treatment, which is the care given to a patient over time after finishing treatment for a disease. This involves monitoring a person's health over time after treatment. Tinubu had earlier returned to Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital territory, after weeks of medical treatment in France. Although his media aide Bayo Onanuga insisted he was on vacation in France, Sahara Reporters had exclusively reported that Tinubu fell ill after the March 18 governorship and state assembly elections and was flown to France for medical treatment. However, despite the denial, Sahara Reporters also reported that Tinubu's ailment was so severe that for 5 days while being hospitalized abroad, he could not speak and had to be intubated. Intubation is a procedure required to help save a life when the patient cannot breathe. It is a process where a healthcare provider inserts a tube through a patient's mouth or nose, then down into their trachea. The tube keeps the trachea open so that air can get through. The tube cannot connect or can connect to a machine that delivers air or oxygen. According to Cleveland Clinic, common conditions that lead to intubation include airway obstruction, something caught in the airway blocking the flow of air, cardiac arrest, sudden loss of heart function, injury of trauma to your neck, abdomen, or chest that affects the airway, loss of consciousness, or a low level of consciousness which can make a person lose control of the air. Others include the need for surgery that will make you unable to breathe on your own, and all those blah 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 blah. I said it now. All this visiting this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, that's it. Okay. Me, I was even thinking maybe in the next 3 months we'll be talking about going to hospital. So just 2 weeks, it don't land. That is how they are going to be using an international trip. It's going for international trip. That is what it's going for. That is what you are going to be hearing. But definitely they will just try to see, want to see his doctors. Shame on all of you, APC supporters. You are supporting me. One of them are saying it does not mean anything. What do you expect? I thought Buhari's wife launched how many billions of naira of a hospital, Aso Rock Hospital, before she left, a few days before they left. That there's no point for government officials to be traveling abroad, and people came for her, so you can imagine. So for the past 8 years, he didn't do all those things for your husband to stop going to abroad. They are just deceiving themselves. It is their turn. Yes, let them continue. They will be passing it from one person to another. See the person that said he's better off. Yes, if you fall sick, patronize your home. They will not tell you, oh, do you expect him somebody who has been going to see his doctor for the past 50 years, for the past 100 years, and yet you didn't deem it fit that no, things must change. The same way Buhari told us that they told us that Buhari has been seeing his doctor for the past 100 years. So because he became a president, so Nigeria expects him not to see his doctor because he's not the president. Shame on you. If they receive first, if they do galadima, they come and say, I did do this, I keep hit the ground running. Why can't you hit the ground running with being patriotic and patronize your own thing? The same way Buhari told us, buy Nigeria, grow Nigeria. Did he patronize Nigeria? When people talk, it will be as if they don't know what they are saying. How can we continue to support impunity because of what? He has hit the ground running, deceiving people. All this gra gra, we go see to the end of the reason why he's doing this, not because he loves the country. Hmm. Well, it is high time medical tourism become a topic for the acceptance or rejection of politicians at the post in Nigeria. Who are the people you are talking about? Is it Nigeria? These Nigerians, this set of people, majority of them who they prefer that they should be suffering. Okay, the people who are oppressing them can go and enjoy themselves. Is it the same people that they want to vote along that line? Tinubu is indirectly telling other Nigerians that it is their own lives alone that matter and that the rest of us are subhumans that deserves to be treated in the mere consulting clinics. Good continuation from where Buhari stops. We are in Nigeria. Anybody who complain, Mama de save Johnny Baba. It is obvious this country is heading nowhere from the look of things. Forget all this gra gra. It's a signing this, signing that. I not be here with the same set of people, because I wonder if a small place like Lagos that he has been in control, he didn't do all of those things for the people to make sure that Lagos indigenes are getting this favor. They are not getting. They are getting this favor. They are getting these remunerations and all of that. He didn't do that. Now Nigeria won't do all those things for. And immediately they want to kick off, and they say there's no money. They want to start the student loan disbursement by September. How you think it is because of you? Where are those defenders of the Agbado, or should I call it defenders of the tribal men? Next you will hear is that Tinubu is going to meet President Macron to discuss business. When he was setting the ground running, I knew that very soon he will set the plane flying too for medical. Get well soon. Mm. The only thing for me is that all the things that they preach, they want Nigeria to be better. They want Nigeria to be this, to be that. Yet, in their conduct, it doesn't reflect. It doesn't show that. Like I've always said, I always maintain that this health is a blessing. When you have good health, it's a blessing. And when you know what to do and what not to do, it is a blessing. Some people don't have that blessing of good health, so it is not something that it's not anybody's fault. So when it comes, you treat yourself. When Tinubu sick, I said if he's sick, to me that is not even for me. The caliber and the precedence, the antecedents of him is what I'm not comfortable with. Anybody who is sick, he goes treat himself. But now in the same treating yourself, why is it that the same thing? Yes, the way Buhari stops, it's doing the same thing. 2 weeks in office, you don't land for France.